What is up, party people? How we doing? I have not been on here and live for a very long time. I have nothing really specific to talk about. I suppose I will be mentioning webtoon. I'm super hype on that. So since I have everybody here, but more just I have exactly 9.5 minutes, and I thought I would come on and just say what's up, see how everybody's doing, see if anybody has questions. It has been an obscenely long time since I've come on here live. So I'm super excited to reconnect with you guys. I was just doing a podcast. It was on somebody else's podcast, and it had me in a chatty mood. So I thought, let me come on. Connor says, just started listening to your podcast. Love it. Thank you, my man. I appreciate that. I'd be super curious. In fact, now that I have everybody here, I do have a quick question. I'm sure there's like a way for me to ask a poll or something, but I'm not going to fuck around with that. I have 3 show formats now. I have this sort of OG impact theory, then I have health theory, and I have conversations with Tom. And I want to know, what is your favorite show format? Or alternately, do you not even realize that there are different show formats and thusly you don't care and are happy whatever that week's episode happens to be? I would love to know. That would be so helpful. So if everybody would take a second to drop in that information, I would be very, very grateful. That would be wonderful. Wonderful, I say. Good day to you in Sydney, by the way. And while people do that, I am going to do a little shameless self-promotion. If you guys don't know, so my whole thing is making sure that nobody reaches the age of 15 without encountering a growth mindset. That is the stated mission of the company. To that end, we actually do storytelling. Remember, I think of myself as the next Walt Disney. I do not think of myself as the next Tony Robbins, even though I love Tony. I think he's amazing. But that is not the game I'm trying to play. I'm trying to hit people. This stuff obviously is just sort of pure logic. But I'm trying to also hit people on an emotional level through narrative. And we launched our first story out. It's called Neon Future, something we did with Steve Aoki. It's now live on webtoon. It's killing the game on webtoon. I'm so proud. Can I be proud of myself for a second? On this one, I am super, super proud. It did, in 24 hours, we had 5 times the views that we had of the physical printed comic in the first month. And then in the first week, I'm not even sure what the numbers are, but it had to be close to 100x. So it is very, very exciting to see how well it's doing on webtoon. But if you guys have the webtoon app, it's free. You can go there and check it out. That'd be amazing. All right. I want to see, I have really white teeth. That's very kind. Addicted to your show, Impact Theory. Word. Conversations with Tom. Word. Health Theory. Across the board, we got people touching on everything. This is amazing. Impact Theory in all caps, lots of exclamation points. That's from Chillaxin 22. Let's see some other. Oh, I see a business question. I may have you re-ask that. I want to scroll through here and see where people are coming in. Impact Theory, fire is my shit. Word. Do we have any more votes? All right, so we've got a smattering. I would say bring back relationship theory. Time for change. We are bringing back relationship theory. Funny you should mention it. It's actually going to be launched on its own channel. So the problem was that we were getting punished by the YouTube algorithm for trying to have these very disparate shows on one channel. So that's why we stopped doing relationship theory, but we're going to start doing it again. So stay tuned. That launches, I think, in September, which actually isn't that far away anymore. So a little over a month, maybe a month and a half. You have to go back on Rich Roll. I would go back on Rich Roll in a heartbeat. Rich is an amazing dude. Love that guy. So sweet, so sincere, so talented, driven. Good dude. What is a webtoon? A webtoon is a comic that you can read on an app called Webtoon. And it's just vertical scroll comics meant to be read on your phone. So it's digital. It's amazing. It's actually huge. The number of people that read webtoons is so much bigger than the traditional comic book industry. It's crazy. So Tom, please do a giveaway of that book. We have. So if you follow me essentially at IT Comics on Instagram, we do giveaways there quite frequently. So get after it. Okay, so thank you guys so much for the feedback. Oh, and it is called Neon Future, someone is asking. All right, so now on to unrelated questions. Hey, Tom, how do you deal with the ebbs and flows of being productive, then not being productive? I hold myself accountable. So because I'm so fucking excited by my goals, on days where I slack off and I don't get things done, or I just let myself get distracted or whatever the case may be, then I say, hey, you did a shit job today, and you, for your own reasons, you're not doing this for anybody else, for your own reasons, you want to perform better. And so then I, use the sort of pain of self-acknowledged underperformance, and I make sure that I know what I want to be accomplishing. A lot of times you're underperforming because you're not emotionally connected to the thing that you're trying to accomplish. So that is how I get back on track. Keisha V. Stubbs says, I started a podcast. Do you have any shows, anything explaining how to get better? Basically, every show I've ever done in my life is explaining how to get better at something. So if you want to get better at podcasting, doing it a lot is going to be huge. Really identifying, look at Google Analytics, assuming that you're doing it on YouTube as well. Look at the YouTube Analytics and make sure that you recognize what's working, what's not working. Are you getting high click-through rate? Are you getting high retention rate? Are people watching very little of the video, a lot of the video? Are there what they call retention spikes, where you can see, I think a retention spike technically shows you what people rewatched. So the things that are, getting people excited, that they're resonating with, can you do whole episodes around that? Where are you at as an interviewer? Benchmarking yourself against other people that are in the niche that you're in is a great way. You got to know who the great players are, what makes them great, identifying that stuff, and then practicing to improve it. That's the key. Not being afraid to look stupid, by the way. You just have to go out there and get on it. I am Ax, I don't know how you say your name, says, when are you bringing back impact quotes? We've actually flirted with the idea. I think if I were going to do impact quotes, I would do them exclusively on Impact Theory University, because we can't generate revenue off of them. And the reason we can't is we use B-roll and we use music. We've talked about potentially doing something where it's, instead of like a real sort of emotional video with the B-roll and the music and all that, just doing something that's me sort of in a full-blown moment of passion, like going ham on some topic. That could be interesting. But I'm excited to see impact quotes getting some love. Mando Chuck says, any show you're curating, Tom, keep up the great work. I love it. Thanks for everything. Thank you, man. That means a lot. I actually am pivoting my style. I am pivoting the kinds of topics that we go after, and just, hey, why not? I'll explain why I'm doing that. So in anything, you want to start in a niche and go hard in that niche, and that's how you build an audience. And we raced to 1 million subs on YouTube just so fast. It was crazy. And then we really slogged it out from 1 million to 1.6 million. And part of my frustration has been, for me to stay engaged, I've got to feel like it's real shit, like I'm really doing something. I have no interest in being spiritual entertainment. And I felt like Impact Theory was sliding towards being spiritual entertainment. People were saying a lot of the same things. People were in what I call their loop. So even that guest was saying the same things on Impact Theory that they were saying on others, where legitimately I could have done a skit where I played both sides, asking the questions and giving the answers in their voice. And I really wanted something where I was learning in real time on the show. And that was the birth of Conversations with Tom, which, by the way, if you haven't seen that show yet, please check it out. If you hate it, fair enough. But check it out. There are episodes of Conversations with Tom that outperform everything else that we're doing. And I really believe that's the future of my content. It is a broader array of topics. And I've always said that you build a mindset so that you can pursue your passions and your fascinations. And so I'm pursuing my passions and fascinations and really trying to educate myself on Conversations with Tom. So it is a far more diverse offering. So I hope you guys will join me there. All right, I'm almost out of time. I often forget that there's something really interesting when you feel connected to the community. It's quite lovely. What one book would you bring with you to a random planet? Whoa, to a random planet. Yo, that skews my answer so hard. I would try. I don't have a good answer to this, but I'm going to give you an answer because I hate it when people dodge questions. this answer is almost certainly terrible. My first go-to book, of course, is always Mindset, but that may not work, because if their minds are fundamentally different than ours, then that might not be useful to them in any way. That book is about the physics of the human mind. So I'd probably try to bring something that encapsulated many different kinds of humans, a lot maybe of history, something that celebrated us at our best and the things that we achieved, or maybe a fiction book. That might be better, but fuck, I'd really have to think about that. Damn you, Underdog Books, for stumping me. And you really did stump me. I have never thought about that before, and I love it. So thank you. All right, guys, I'm now being belligerent to my own team since I'm supposed to be in another meeting right now. Thank you guys for being here. Always a pleasure. And I will speak to you all later. One last parting request. If you haven't already, go to Webtoon, download their free app, and check out the comic that we launched called Neon Future. I'm very proud of it, and I hope you guys will give it a shot, and that will help me so much climb the ranks over there, which is a big deal. All right. Thanks, everybody. Peace out. Till next time, be legendary. Take care.